Hi everybody, it's Sam. This is my Module 3 initial post, and a few things that I want to talk about today are social justice and social change, as well as multiracial identities. And just before I start off with those, I'd like to read out a quote that I thought was very interesting. In intersectionality, it is not about the individual. Instead, it helps us understand the multidimensional ways people experience life, how people see themselves, and how they are treated by others. I think that's a great way for everybody to even live by and to remember that we're all different, but to have an understanding of each other. And to start off with, I'll pull a little bit from our text, Identity Development. And it talks about for social justice and social change that some activities that we need a lot of financial resources for to promote the goals of social change and equality are interdisciplinary research, service learning, and intergroup dialogue programs. And that it later on says that it requires a full institutional commitment and multiple collaboration. And I really agree with that because when I was at in my undergrad institution, we had a person there that was a Vista, and AmeriCorps provided the person there, and her goal was to provide service learning and volunteering opportunities for us on campus. And we cross-organized that with other groups like Class Council, SGA, Res Life, any organization we could work along with to get some more participation. But my senior year, she was no longer there, and so one person had to do that job versus having the help of an additional staff member provided. After I graduated, one of my friends was given the opportunity to do some service learning projects and volunteer work to integrate that into the campus as well. And it really was a strain on her because it was just a work study and she could only do about 10 to 20 hours a week, more so towards the 10. And it was really hard and definitely showed that there needed a little bit more manpower when it comes to that. And moving on to the intersectional model of multiracial identity, it says that the contribution of IMMI is less about the inclusion of additional factors that affect choice of identity in multiracial people and more about how to advance the discussion of how to represent and interpret intersectional identity models. I think that quote well summarizes what that model is about, and it's definitely complex along with other theories and models that we've learned about previously. And then moving on to the student development book, it talks about how multiracial students and just people in general can face prejudice similar to other non-white groups. And then also goes on to talk about how they will decide how to reconcile the heritages of both students in a society that categorizes individuals into single groups. Me personally, I haven't really known any multiracial students, or at least to my knowledge known, until I started going to college and learning about different ethnic groups through different classes I took, as well as just meeting people that were multiracial. And I think about one of the episodes that I watched of Glee, and it talks about one of the multiracial students felt that he didn't really fit in with either groups that he was associated with, white and black, that the whites thought he was too black, the blacks thought he was too white. And I think that's an interesting point of view because I think that's relatable to some students. And I hope with theories like this, it's a little bit easier to approach because I feel like it can be a sensitive subject to most, and it's very important. And I think it also can kind of be grouped in with our social justice and social change that I talked about earlier, because it's something that we don't really talk about sometimes, so it can be important to learn. And I hope to do a little bit more research about this and learn a little bit more. And that's all I have for today. I look forward to seeing everybody's initial posts and then also responding to them. I hope you have a great night. Bye.